Hello and thank you. You have reached the headspace of Martin Cove. He is unavailable at this time, due to disturbing the peace. His headspace and all its related functions will be reactivated within the next 48 hours, such as neuromonitoring and communications services. If you would like to leave a message, please hold. When you are ready to leave a message, please press 1. The message will be saved for 100 days. I will be automatically received once Martin Cove's personal neuro account has been reactivated. Begin speaking when you hear the beep. When you have finished with your message, please hang up. Thank you for calling.
I'm guessing you weren't expecting any calls just yet, were you? Especially from me. You must be just as confused now as you were when they found you. I bet. Did they find you in the red? You know that's against the rules, right? Against the law. Incorrect *6 usage is a crime. Everyone knows that. Only an absolute moron wouldn't. Anyway, how's getting arrested? Wasn't fun, I imagine. Yeah, but that's what happens with scum. Now, I know that you're not ready yet. Not ready to hear what I'm about to say, but I think based on where you're going and where you are, you're gonna need something to help pass the time. Something to help. Something to think on. Innocence. It's a word that people in your position often say to one another, either because you honestly believe that you are, or they're trying to convince not just them but yourself. It's true that some people, not many, but some, are in prison right now when they shouldn't be. Mistaken identity, racial bias, not wealthy enough to afford bail, whatever. But no one can really say that they are as innocent as you claim to be, can they? Do you still proclaim your innocence now? I'm imagining that you still are. So here's something to think about. For the longest time, I trusted you. With everything. With my life. With my money. And even Beth. Not everyone is okay with letting their best friend date their sister. But I trusted you. So it was okay. But that's because I thought you were someone else. I didn't know the kind of person that you really were. Like everyone else, I feel like an idiot for believing. Technology, much like perspective, just to change the subject for a second, helps highlight the good and the bad in people. It can make people more aware of their best and their worst. It gives people a clarity and a platform to shout to the largest crowds, and also to hide in the shadows, whispering in the ears of the weakest people without your identities being discovered. You know what you are, and your shadows hide you well, and they did for too long. But all it took was for someone like me to find a flashlight, and now I can show everyone what you were hiding in your shadows. You know quite a bit about tech. Not as much as me, obviously. You were always that one to message me when you couldn't restart your net connection, or when you couldn't get your outdoor cameras to work the way you wanted them to. That was always me. Now, the tech involved in Star 6 is incredible in a way. It does so much good. It allows for focus and unity, but it also allows for expression, organizing thoughts and alternative attitudes. But I always hated that name though. Star 6. I always liked the name 6 Shades, but that doesn't look good on a poster apparently. It makes it sound less like a piece of software than a color palette. Never mind. Let me tell you a little about Star 6, shall I? Let me educate you. The Star 6 is our very own Skynet. It was never meant to be something you'd use to control people, to make them think or feel the way you do. That's a new thing, a really new thing. Star 6 was about flexible thinking, being able to see something from multiple points of view. Star 6's logo is a star cut out and coloured in 6 different but equal shades, each representing a way of thinking. You following me so far? I'm assuming that even you couldn't get lost this early into my rant. Good, let's keep going. The colours and what they represent go like this. Red meant passion, but also danger, energy, emergency, and aggression. Green meant growth, healing, safety, and relaxation. Yellow meant joy, cheerfulness, intellect, and caution. Blue meant calmness, sincerity, trust, peace, but also depression and sadness. Black meant power, formality, sophistication, strength, mystery, and death. Pink meant compassion, romance, beauty, love, and sensitivity. To be thinking in colour, or to be colour-minded, or to have coloured thoughts, like a red thought, meant that you would only think in that way until you chose to be either a different colour, or you chose to be white / inactive. We as a people abuse technology like this to make ourselves more redundant, really. Isn't that such a weird thing to think about? First, we made stuff that would heat our food for us. Then it was to get us to places we'd never gone before, or to communicate faster, or to live for longer. Now it's to make us think the same. Feels like a dip, doesn't it? It's like going backwards instead of forwards. I don't know. It's just a thought. Anyway, back to your education. Every one of those colours was mapped to the thought waves that our minds operate within, like an equalizer within sound. It would then communicate with those crowns that we all wear. Another redundant technology some creative called headspace, the computer that you control with your mind. So when situations called for you to think in a certain colour, you could have the Star 6 alter your thought waves to focus on only one kind of thinking, one shade. It was great for meetings and social shit, when it first started anyway. But like you know, it got out of hand really quickly. Most public places now operate in colours. So do many businesses, as standard. And it's considered a disturbance of the peace if you go into a coloured zone, like yellow, and use red, as it would be counter-expressive to what is considered suitable for a particular area. Stupid snowflakes that don't want thoughts, that don't gel with their own. Businesses that want people to focus solely on one element, which is part of their ideal workspace or office philosophy. Governments tell you now that certain events now require certain colours to attend. And if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know. People can't go straight from blue to red straight away and not have it change your personality. Some people need to live in a little of both, or sometimes even 3 colours simultaneously. That's how our brains have always worked. But now we live in these coloured cages. Now the Star 6 system and its bloody updates have meant that we've been tweaked a little since its creation. We have been tweaked. And it's forcing us to change into these robots. We are becoming Skynet. People used to use it as protest, if you can remember that. I was one of them, actually. The Rainbow Rebels. Someone named it that way. I didn't choose that. It was dumb, but it was meant to be in a way. They were showing the possibility of different points of view and not for matching them with the same answers kind of bullshit. Now, I know you used to hate me for explaining this stuff to you. It wasn't important for you to know. I remember you saying that. But let me return to how you got arrested. As your ignorance from my point of view isn't bliss, allowing you to know what I know and knowing that you can't do a damn thing about it, that to me is bliss. I've just told you how the Star 6 system works and its uses. Now let's jump back to a few days ago when you were arrested. Somehow you ended up in Social Plaza Green with red thoughts, and when the pallet guards came, yes, that's their official term, requested that you change to conform with the area, you wouldn't. Or should I say, couldn't. Someone, not something, had changed your shade from legal green to danger red to fuck with you. I'll give you a second. It was me. There's your conspiracy solved. You were hacked by me. It took me long enough just to spit it out, but yes, it was me. I hacked you. Mystery solved. I did it before you left for work this morning. It was the only way I knew how to get someone to notice you. So how did your Star 6 go from green to red? Well, I changed it remotely using my own device. Basically what I did was I synced it up to 2 devices. I made mine believe that you were me and that I was me. And then when I changed it in the morning, I deactivated mine so it couldn't read mine and instead automatically synced to yours. So then I could change the colour remotely. So it kind of believed that I was you, or you were me rather. You were arrested because of me. Now why would your best friend do that? Why would I fuck you over in that kind of way? It's not a practical joke. It's not some kind of prank. I did it because I found out something. I found something out recently. When I talked to Beth. I'll always remember how good I thought you were with people. But that's not really the case, is it? You used people. And I guess we all do to some extent. But the way that you used people was unbelievable. It was on another level. You manipulated people. You changed people. You made them weak and dependent on you. You made them beg you to help them when they never needed it. That's what you did to Rachel, wasn't it? Before she got smart and dumped you. It's because she knew what you were. But that's when you set your sights on Beth, wasn't it? You changed tactics. You went for somebody already broken. Someone who couldn't escape you, like Rachel did. Someone who didn't have the strength to fight back. You're a complete fucking monster. Yeah, I'm going to insult you. Fuck you. You took the tech, and you operated the shades in a way that makes me sick, and I'm going to make sure that no one forgets it. You knew it was illegal to knowingly use another shade in a unmatched colour zone. You knew it would create disruptions and disorder. You knew that the way you wanted to talk to Beth, to touch Beth, was impossible in the streets or in a restaurant. And I know you used to beat and abuse her, Martin. I know you did, so don't you even dare pretend or lie about it. So that's when you had your clever little idea, didn't you? You waited until you were home with her when it was illegal to monitor Star 6 activity in private residences, when it was safe to live in the red and beat Beth and defile her and lie to me about it. And, well, I know what you tried to do to her on her birthday, Martin. I don't want to go into that right now. I don't think I'd be able to keep myself as calm as I am right now. You knew that you wouldn't get caught if you were at home, offline and undetected. And you did that for 3 years, Martin. 3 years. You did so much wrong to her, so much damage to her. She's afraid of what you would do to her now if she disobeyed. But no one knows, do they? Because you lied to the world about who you are. Because of Star 6. It protected you. You could switch to green and with a smile on your face, no one would be the wiser. But you couldn't keep doing it forever, could you? Someone would stop you eventually, so I took it upon myself to do it. Because she wasn't just my sister, she was a vulnerable person. And I would have done that for anyone. You made her a prisoner in her own home, even with the door unlocked. But I've made it right. I remotely accessed your headspace and placed you in the red because I wanted you to be in a place where you couldn't hurt her again. And I know that you're only going to be charged with an overnighter or two for a disturbance like that. It's minor, and that's okay. But it gave me enough time to do something that I should have done a long time ago. And I want to share something with you. The real reason why I've called. I've got Beth to agree to talk to the police today. She will talk to the police today with me at her side. We're going to share with the world what you did to her and how you did it. It's going to be painful for her to say and for me to hear. But we're going to explain all of your little beatings and abuses to them, as well as the torture and the cheating of the Star 6. Maybe we'll save more Beths out there from men like you. Hopefully, her explanation and mine will solidify the whole thing. I'm going to make sure that you don't ever make it outside, that you spend the rest of your life behind bars. I know that what I've done isn't exactly legal, and I know that, and I know I will be punished for it. But to save Beth, to make her voice heard, to shed light on what you've done, I'll happily spend time inside to do that. Because that's what a real man is, not whatever you've pretended to be. hell, maybe we'll share the same cell. That would be great, wouldn't it? We'd get to spend some real quality time together, Martin. Just like the good old days back at the flat. Anyway, I've got to go. Like I've said, I'm taking Beth to the station that you're at, which I think is the one on Olive Close, am I right? We'll find out soon. See you soon, brother. See you real soon.